Well, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. Welcome to the Friday preview special, and in this video we are going to preview the upcoming WWE Network pay-per-view known as Elimination Chamber. Guys, this pay-per-view will be on Sunday, February 17th, live from Houston Toyota Center, Houston, Texas, streaming on the WWE Network and on pay-per-view. And this pay-per-view is very special because it's on the road to WrestleMania, and there is some matches that we can look forward for WrestleMania, and some bold predictions we're gonna make on this matchup. But before I predict this matchup, let's see what's the match card. And here is your match card.
Ready? You feel it? I hustle to make it, I gotta go shine. I'm doing the work, I'm spending the time. Man on a mission, that's me. To be what I'm destined to be. Just how I do it, okay, they come and they go. We all got some sorrow, you watch the ebbs and the flows. Well, we gotta hustle, and then we hustle.
So you saw the whole match card for the Elimination Chamber, and there's one match missing that I think can happen in the kickoff show, which would be the Raw Tag Titles match between Bobby Roode, Chad Gable, and the Revival. The Revival won the tag titles this past Monday night on Raw, defeating Bobby Roode and Chad Gable. That was a huge anticipated matchup. The crowd cheered for the Revival, and the Revival are finally, since their promotion to the main roster, they are finally won a tag title in their career. And there were rumors around in the sponsor industry that the Revival would leave AEW, since they requested for a release this past January, and the creative team thought that they were saving them in the main roster. They had to do something, and they did, making Revival the tag champions, and the rematch can be this next Sunday on Elimination Chamber. And my pick for this matchup will still be the Revival, because if WWE have to keep them on the roster card, they have to keep them as tag champions until, or maybe after WrestleMania, I think so. So my pick for this match is the Revival. And now we will come to the main 7 matches that are announced until Friday. Guys, this is pre-recorded on Thursday, so, and it will be uploaded on Friday, so it's uploaded on today. So I'm sorry that it's only 7 matches. It would be some matches that I would miss, then I beg my pardon. But here are the 7 matches that are announced now. So the first match that I'm gonna predict is the no disqualification matchup between the Monster Among Men Braun Strowman and the Lone Wolf Baron Corbin. Corbin was the former general manager of Monday Night Raw until the TLC pay-per-view, where he lost to Strowman in a TLC matchup without using his hands. And Corbin also cost his Universal title opportunity before that at Crown Jewel. That was a revenge, but since Corbin is trying to screw Strowman with his allies McIntyre every single Monday, you're witnessing it since 2 weeks before the Royal Rumble. The WWE authorities decided to create this match between Braun Strowman and Baron Corbin for settling it down. And the recent updated on this Wednesday that this match is a no disqualifications match. The first thing that I could predict is that the interference of a superstar, it might be Drew McIntyre, or if McIntyre interferes, it would be like Kurt Angle, because they will be using Kurt Angle and McIntyre in Strowman Corbin feud. So when it comes to about the length of the matchup, it must be, I think, no more than 10 minutes. Then this matchup would be enough. It would be 10 minutes. And my pick for this match is still the Monster Among Men, because if Baron Corbin, this pay-per-view would drown, since we have less number of matches and we have some not hugely excited matches for this pay-per-view. So to save this pay-per-view, I think Braun Strowman needs to win this match. So my final pick for this match is the Monster Among Men, Braun Strowman. Now the second match that I'm gonna predict is the handicap match for the Intercontinental Championship. Finn Balor will challenge for the Intercontinental Championship for the first time in this year against the current Intercontinental Champion Bobby Lashley and his hype man Lio Rush. Guys, it was formerly a one-on-one contest, but Bobby Lashley insisted the authorities and made it a two-on-one handicap match involving the hype man Lio Rush to save his title. I think they could save this title, but for now, I am not too excited for this matchup because it was not the lack of build-up and the lack of the matches before the build-up matches like Balor faced Lashley. There was only one match between Lashley and Balor, which was Lashley versus Balor, but for the Intercontinental title. But Lashley pulled himself out and entered Lio Rush just I think 2 weeks before Raw. So that was a great match. But I think this match I'm not too excited. Then again I'm saying it. Then I was pretty the length of this match would be. At least I will remain the same as last 10 minutes. 10 minutes is enough for this matchup, and the second, my pick would be Finn Balor. Finn Balor, because I earlier said that pay-per-view could be drowned, would be like Battleground 2017, the worst pay-per-view. So I think Finn Balor must win this Intercontinental title match since he has not won any title after the Universal title win in 2016. So Finn Balor must win, and there's another reason so that we could, on the road to WrestleMania, Finn Balor could defend the title. I think might be against Lashley or in a ladder match, or battle royal kind of thing stuff. So I think this would be a 10-minute matchup, and my pick for this matchup is the Demon King, Finn Balor. Now the third match that I'm gonna predict is from SmackDown brand, and it's about the SmackDown tag titles when the Usos will challenge the best tag team in the world, The Miz and Shane McMahon, for the SmackDown tag titles at the Elimination Chamber pay-per-view. A couple of weeks ago on SmackDown, the Usos defeated the New Day, The Bar, and Heavy Machinery in a fatal 4-way elimination #1 contenders match for becoming the #1 contender for the SmackDown tag titles. The Miz and Shane McMahon won the tag titles this past pay-per-view in January at the Royal Rumble, defeating The Bar, and the Bar has sent for some time of rest. The Heavy Machinery is still not set for any main roster pay-per-view, so they decided Usos to challenge the title. And their Usos are being great on McMiss TV this past week or 2 weeks ago on SmackDown. They had a great verbal confrontation, and the Usos are former 5-time tag team champions. Since there's rumor around for their release that they would try to keep that thing also in mind of. And now for the length of this match, that match would be nothing more than 15 minutes. They will be matching 0 to 15 minutes for this matchup, I will think. And the pick for this matchup will be Miz versus Shane McMahon. The reason behind that is Usos can be built up for WrestleMania, some other kind of triple threat tag man, not triple threat, might be fair for or Hell in a Cell, the kind of matchup. And the Miz and Shane McMahon didn't have any kind of plan for. I think if the Miz had a WWE title plan against the face Miz versus heel Daniel Bryan, and before going to that, there's another point to know that the Miz and Shane McMahon drastically turned into a heel group, and now the Usos are now the faces for the tag division. So they might be able to try to pick a heel pick, because they was not trying to there's no other plans for Shane McMahon at WrestleMania, and they would think that Shane would compete at WrestleMania. And for Miz, there is a possibility that he could face Daniel Bryan for the WWE title at WrestleMania, but since Shane doesn't have a plan, which is a major issue, then the tag titles will still remain the best tags in the world. So my pick for this matchup is the best tags in the world, The Miz and Shane McMahon. Now the fourth match that I'm gonna predict is the Raw Women's title matchup. This is the most hugely built-up match. I'm not saying about the challenger, but there's some Royal Rumble wins or Big Daddy Max announcements that made this matchup a huge thing. The Raw Women's Champion, the baddest woman on the planet, Ronda Rousey, the king of the UFC Hall of Famer, will defend her title against the leader of the Riot Squad, Ruby Riot. Ruby didn't want any number one contenders match. She didn't defeat Rousey or didn't defeat any superstar to get the number one contendership, but making a matchup. Twitter announced on Twitter this past the week before today. They made this match between Ruby Riot and Ronda Rousey. The most important thing for this matchup is that Charlotte Flair, who is Vince's favorite for Rousey's opponent at WrestleMania, will be at the ringside as a fan, or she could you can say that she will scout this matchup. This past Monday Night Raw, in the main event, Becky Lynch asked for the apology to Triple H and Stephanie McMahon, the Authority, for viciously attacking McMahon's a week before SmackDown on Raw. So they accepted the apology, but Ronda Rousey came marched to the ring for a face-off, but Big Daddy Vince McMahon interfered with an announcement that Becky Lynch is now suspended for 60 days, which is 5 days after WrestleMania, and he picked our favorite girl Charlotte Flair in place of Becky Lynch as Rousey's opponent at WrestleMania. This is the most sick, freaking, bitch, motherfucking decision made by Vince McMahon. I know I'm using the explicit words, I'm sorry for that, but this announcement made me to use these words. Vince McMahon has made this announcement, and because of that video clip uploaded on YouTube is now the most disliked video in WWE history. There are, I think, more than 50,000 dislikes on that video. That is too funny. Fact for that now. So Charlotte will be at the ringside, or we could see Becky Lynch's invasion on this Elimination Chamber. There will be a brawl and with some announcement kind of match. It is more hugely anticipated and important matchup. So for me, in this matchup, there's no doubt that this match would last nothing more than 5 minutes, or could be 5 to 10 minutes with this matchup. And my pick for this is clear, as simple as it gets: Ronda Rousey, because she has to defend her title at WrestleMania. If Ruby wins, this would be the most sickest thing that they could do. So this is the only simplest pick for this whole pay-per-view, is Ronda Rousey retain her title at the Chamber. Now the fifth matchup that I'm gonna predict is the Cruiserweight Championship matchup between Buddy Murphy and Akira Tozawa. This could be the most exciting matchup in this pay-per-view on 205 Live. From 205 Live side, Buddy Murphy is champion since the Super Showdown this past October, defeating Cedric Alexander, and Akira Tozawa got the number one contendership 3 weeks ago, defeating Humberto Carrillo, Leo Rush, and Cedric Alexander in a fatal 4-way elimination matchup, but at last eliminating Cedric Alexander with a diving senton. He got a number one contendership, and now he's the newest opponent for Buddy Murphy. And Akira Tozawa was a former champion when he defeated Neville in 2017, a week before the Go Home Show for All, before SummerSlam. He was the Cruiserweight champion. He held the title for 6 days, lost the title back to Neville at SummerSlam. He was a 6-day reigning champion, so he knew how the gold tastes, and Buddy Murphy would try to save his Thunder Gold, so would also try to save his law on the Chamber. So for my pick this would be a high-flying, huge action, and I don't know what's gonna happen, what the time it will take, what's gonna take for all those superstars to save or win the title. So I am not good enough to predict this Cruiserweight title matchup, but I'm gonna make things one sure that this matchup will jump you off your seats and cheer up. This is awesome chance. So you should watch this matchup. I'll guarantee that you should watch this matchup. It will be super exciting at Elimination Chamber pay-per-view. This is the only matchup that I will try to watch at any cost. So I'm not good enough to pick any winner, but I'm gonna pick that this is the most exciting matchup in the 2019. So my pick will not be there. I'm sorry, guys. And now the last two matches, which are the Elimination Chamber matches. We are totally excited for that. The first match I'm going to present is the WWE title matchup inside the Elimination Chamber. The Planet's champion, the eco-friendly WWE title holder, Daniel Bryan, will defend his WWE Championship against the Viper Randy Orton, who won this gauntlet match this past Tuesday night on SmackDown. And because of that, he is now the last man to enter in the Chamber matchup. The third person who will defend the title is Jeff Hardy, the charismatic enigma who has not won the world title since in past 10 years, and he would try to get the gold and the headline WrestleMania. So Jeff Hardy will also try to get this matchup. The fourth man is the phenomenal one, the two-time United States and WWE champion, the most longest reigning WWE champion on SmackDown, AJ Styles, will also try to get the gold. The fifth person is Kofi Kingston, who is replacement of Mustafa Ali, who is suffering a legitimate injury caused 2 weeks ago on SmackDown because of a choke slam by Rowan on Mustafa Ali through the announce table, and because of that, Kofi Kingston will replace Mustafa Ali. He is a legend, truly a legend. We showed this past Tuesday night when he was eliminated Daniel Bryan, Samoa Joe, Jeff Hardy, and lasted over 1 hour in that gauntlet matchup. And the sixth man for the Elimination Chamber matchup is the Samoan submission machine, Samoa Joe. He would also try to get to taste his first singles title in his career in WWE. He has not won any singles title since his main roster in 2017. So he would try to also be involved in the Chamber matchup. Now let's go match some deeply, because it's a very important matchup. It's the world title match, and this is also important because we are on the road to WrestleMania, and there will be another pay-per-view after this Chamber at Fastlane, which will be on Sunday, March 10 at Cleveland, Ohio, in the Quicker Loans Arena. So let's go for Randy Orton. Randy Orton can win, for me, the WWE Championship. There will be less than 20-30% of his chances to win the WWE Championship, but he's mostly saved for a feud against AJ Styles at WrestleMania, and this Chamber match could create that build. So for me, AJ Styles could win this matchup. I'm sorry for that. Randy can win this matchup, but I'm not sure he could win the matchup. AJ will not win the matchup because he is set for a feud with Randy Orton. So these two picks are cancelled. When it comes about Kofi Kingston, he's a true legend, but I'm sorry, guys. I'm hating to say that, but he cannot win this matchup. The reason behind that is newly except for, I think they might be in a tag title matchup, or Kofi Kingston set for some ladder match like Intercontinental US title match. So he is not win. The three are cancelled. The last three men are Samoa Joe, Daniel Bryan, and Jeff Hardy. Jeff Hardy cancelled because Jeff Hardy is neither set for a WWE Championship match, or if he can win, there will be some fatal 4-way, 5-way kind of matchup. So all these three men can can headline WrestleMania with the WWE title at WrestleMania. But when it comes to winning, it would be the Planet's champion Daniel Bryan would try to win. He has earlier won the Elimination Chamber 6 or 7 years ago in 2011 or 12, and he will also be defend his title is inside the Chamber, and he would try to retain his title, and he will retain the title. I guarantee that, because he is saved for Fastlane and WrestleMania, and he would be champion in the WrestleMania. So my pick for this matchup is the Planet's champion, Daniel Bryan. And now the final matchup for the Elimination Chamber match that everybody is excited for. That we will find the inaugural Women's Tag Team title holders inside the 10-ton steel prison known as Elimination Chamber. There will be 3 teams from Raw and 3 teams from SmackDown. And the teams from Raw are the Riot Squad, Liv Morgan, Sarah Logan. The second team is the Boston Hug Connection, Sasha Banks and Bayley. And the third team is Nia Jax and Tamina. The team of Samoans will try to get the goal. and 3 teams from SmackDown: the Iconics, Peter Royce and Billie Kay. The second team will be Fabulous Glow, Naomi and Carmella. And the third team from SmackDown is the 2 of the Thirds of Absolution, Mandy Rose and Sonya Deville, known as Fire and Desire. And these all 12 women will try to face out in the second ever and first ever women's tag teams elimination chamber match. The rules are very simple. The eliminations will be pinfall or submission inside the ring. If the one member of the team is eliminated, which means the whole team will be eliminated. It can be sent like example, if from Fabulous Glow, if Naomi is eliminated, then both Naomi and Carmella will be eliminated. The last team standing will get the gold and will be known as the first inaugural tag team titles holders for the women's division. And now when it comes to the length, it's going to show that there will be 5 minutes, there will be 4 quads, it will open after every 5 minutes, so there will be more than 20 minutes. And for the total length, it will be a half an hour, because there will be some build up for this matchup. There will be a huge build up between Naomi and Mandy, because there is a huge hot feud between them, using the Usos with Mandy Rose trying to steal Naomi's husband. And WrestleMania, these 2 women could face each other in Extreme Rules match at WrestleMania. So this is just a prediction for WrestleMania when it comes to this matchup. And Naomi, then the worst thing is that then this past Monday night on Raw and SmackDown, there were 2 triple threat tag matches where the team which will be pinfall or submitted will enter the chamber first. From Raw side, all 3 Raw teams collided against each other. The team which was pinfall or pinned was the Boston Connection, Sasha Banks and Bayley, which means they will enter the chamber at first. And the second team, which was from SmackDown, all 3 SmackDown teams collided against each other. And the second team which will enter at the chamber first will be the Fire and Desire, Mandy Rose and Sonya Deville. These 2 teams will collide at the start of the chamber matchup. So there will be a face versus heel starter for the matchup. And let me cancel the heels. Jack Stamina cancel, Riot Squad cancel, Mandy Rose, Sonya Deville cancel, and that's the next team. The Iconics cancel. The last 2 teams, the baby faces teams, are Naomi and Carmella, the Fabulous Glow, and Boston Connection. I think it's not confirmed that Boston Connection would be a team or not, because Sasha Banks is suffering a legitimate shoulder injury, posted updated by WWE this past week on Twitter. So if they would be in the I think they would be in the matchup in the last 2. So the most important thing, that Naomi and Carmella cancelled, because Naomi could be set for feud in the match against Mandy Rose at Fastlane or WrestleMania, maybe Extreme Rules matchup. So Naomi, Carmella cancelled. The only team remains is the Boston Connection, and they could win the first women's tag title holders. We could see the huge action, especially when there was the month seems like how all these 5 teams would try to eliminate the team of Samoans, Nia Jax and Tamina. This would be the huge thing, because they could use this steel chains and the ramp around the ringside area of the chamber, which is covered with the circles. They could use the steel glass quads, so this would be hard to eliminate them, but this would be a must-see thing. And my pick for this matchup is Boston Connection will win the tag titles. They will get the gold for the first time. They will headline with the titles at WrestleMania. So guys, this was the whole preview for the Elimination Chamber. These all were my predictions. I hope you liked my video. Make sure to hit that thumbs up button as hard as you possibly can, and you should subscribe to the channel for lots more stuff. Its audio version will also be available on my podcast name, What's the Next Big Thing. It's available on Anchor, iTunes, Spotify, Pocket Casts, Stitcher, RadioPublic, and there are a lot more, and especially on Anchor. So make sure you should subscribe that channel too. You should play my podcast and hear lots more. Already 2 episodes for WWE and AEW. And see you. And I hope you are gonna see the Elimination Chamber. Remember, Sunday, February 17th, on live from Houston, Texas, from a Toyota Center on WWE Network. Make sure you watch the pay-per-view. And it's on the road to WrestleMania, so it's important for this. And I'm again insisting, watch the cruiserweight title match. It's exciting, and I promise that match will give you more excitement, jumping off your seats and cheer. This is awesome. So this was the video, and I'm sure you liked it, and I'll see you next time. Until then, peace.